Guess who molted? Do you remember which tarantula has been very reclusive here lately? And we haven't had many opportunities of seeing her in all her glory lately? This is why. Large Marge, my Theraphosa sturmey, molted. And I want you to look at these hairs right here. See all that? That's what will cause you to itch for days. Apparently, the hairs that she had kicked off of her abdomen, the molt legs, this part of it landed in that pile of hairs that she kicked on the ground for her to molt near. And she, look at that, piles and piles of hair on her legs there. Look at that. And just a review, you can tell she's a female by that flap right there between the first pair of book lungs. I measured this molt and it is about 6.5 inches, which means now she's probably about 7.5 inches. So she's huge. Now, when I took her molt out, it was fresh. And like I said, tarantulas lose fluids when they molt. So this molt was very damp when I took it out. She even had like a little bit of pool of fluid right here on the underside of the carapace. And all it was just, water. So yeah. So look how huge she is. So yes. So yeah, she's going to be about 7.5 inches now. I can't really see her well right now because she's still in her burrow, hardening up. So I'll show you what she looks like after she comes back out in the open again, and we can start feeding her and see her voracious appetite back again. I sure have missed it. And let me tell you, just handling the molt, the hairs are so awful that you will just itch for days. People react differently to the different species of hair, but Theraphosa is pretty much across the board as being one of the worst, if not the worst, hairs with all the tarantulas. So, I mean, even now I'm getting a little sniffly just by being close to the molt. And I mean, I just touch it with like maybe just my pinchers here, and I'll start itching. My arms will itch. Oh yeah. Oh, they're awful. But yeah, I think it's really cool to see the fluff of hairs right there. Sorry, my camera's not picking it up that great. It's kind of blurry. But yeah, you could probably tell though. The hairs got stuck on her molt legs. But yes, another successful molt. I think I got her in 2012 from Backwater Reptiles, and she has molted. This is her second time to molt since then. So, very cool. Alright, nice little update. Let's see what's next. You may recall that from the feeding video that my Euaphlus parvulus molted. And I told you that it is an immature male. So as you can see, there's no flap right here in between the first pair of book lungs. It's absent of a flap, so that means it's a male. Disappointing, but from what I've heard from one of my YouTube friends, the males are especially good looking teas with this species. So I have something to look forward to. Alright. Also wanted to show you an example for you people in the hobby who are brand new. This is the Boomba cabocla, and as you can see, the tarantula is definitely going to have a molt very soon. It's imminent. The abdomen is swollen, dark, and it also kind of has that glossy appearance to it. So that means right there that in a day or two this tea is going to molt. So what I'm going to do is, just to help it with the molt process, is just add a little extra humidity in here. It's got some water left over in there, but I'm going to add a little bit more just to aid it during its molt, so it's less likely to get stuck in a molt. Although teas could still get stuck in a molt for whatever reason, but I'm just trying to decrease the chances of that happening by adding moisture. So there you go. Can't wait to see this one it's a suspect female, but hopefully I'll know for sure with this next molt. But I'm really looking forward to seeing it in its new clothes. Alright. Well, I've been on vacation for 8 nights and 9 days. And so now that I'm back, my Boomba Cabocla has molted, which I expected. But stunning. Now, she was a suspect female before she molted. Now she is a confirmed female. So I am ecstatic that I finally get a female after having some bad luck with males lately. But yep, she's awesome. Beautiful as ever. And let me nudge her out a little bit so you can see her a little bit better. Come on. Yeah, she doesn't really want to. There we go. Man, she's gorgeous. Look at that. Stunner. So I just wanted to show her off. Alright, let's see what else is going on. And another update, my Hypolopus species pumpkin patch molted as well. Usually when one molts, the other one molts fairly soon after. Probably came from the same egg sac. But very cool. And it is true that they grow pretty quick. I love how they show that abdominal pattern very early on. Alright. Since I got back from my vacation, I'm just checking on all my spiders and see how they're doing. Alright, let's see what else is on the agenda. And look who else molted. This one definitely caught me off guard. This is my smaller Grammostola pocrepes. And this one was already a confirmed male and continues to be. Has not had a sex change or anything. But yep, that explains it. This one's actually starting to grow quite fast, so definitely caught me off guard. But molted successfully, and the molt came out like amazingly well. Let me show you what I mean. You know how a lot of molts end up being really wrinkly and stuff like that after they get done? Look how intact that was. I mean, even the area where you sex the molt was opened up perfectly, where I didn't have to move it around hardly at all to examine the sex. Don't you just wish all molts came out that way? Alright, so I'm going to give him a drink and spray him down, just to spray the enclosure down just a little bit to rehydrate him. But there you go. Alright, let's see what else is up. Alright guys, I feel that it's time to rehouse my Ridopelma hirsutum. Right there, just to give he or she a little more area to web and climb and all that kind of jazz. So I got that kind of a vertical enclosure holes. So let's see how it goes. Alright, I have it set up. I just have some fake twigs in there and leaves and some of the webbing and the water dish down there. And so he or she was already being naughty, so I had to use this container here as a catch cup. So, you know how they are. That's how they are. There you go. Very good. You enjoy your new home. Next up, I'm going to rehouse my Hypolopus species pumpkin patches into the larger enclosures there, since they're growing pretty fast. That should be easy. Now, these guys are still too small to fit a water dish in here, so I'm just going to make sure I keep it sprayed down for them. And since these guys prefer Well, that one's running away. They are fast, the pumpkin patches. Like I said, they do like to burrow. So I put plenty of substrate in there for it to burrow down. There. Alright. There's one. Alright. Not a huge amount of circumference, but I think it'll do for now anyway. Like I said, they like to burrow, so I think they might prefer it this way. Now this one I have to be a little more gentle with because it molted recently. There we go. Okay. There you go. Alright. Just make sure the lid's on really good. And there you have it. Alright, let's do one or two more. Maybe three. We'll see. Next up, I'm going to rehouse my Euaphyllus parvulus, my male, and give him a little more room to move around. Yeah, he's a little on the skittish side. Yeah, there he is. He's got room to move around now. Just close that. There we go. And that way you can do a lot of webbing down here. So here's your water dish. Alright. Let's see if I have anyone else. I thought I'd go ahead and rehouse my Brachypalma albiceps because I like these enclosures so much. More than deli cups, and eventually I'm going to have to probably rehouse another one in a smaller deli cup anyway, which I would then transfer to this one. So let's just go ahead and take care of the albiceps now. Don't you love it when it's that simple? If only they were all that simple. Alright, go in there. Go hide, because I got to put water in your dish. There's a little bit of water. I sprayed just this side of the enclosure. That way it can have a dry side too. But, there we go. So all good with that one. Alright, I think I may have one more. You probably can't see it too well, but this is on my front porch. It's some type of orb weaver spider. But as you can see, maybe you can see, it's got a huge web right here. And plenty of little buggies for it to catch. So, very cool looking spider. Oh, did you see that? Almost got one. Aren't they cool? Don't you just love these guys? These are the type of spiders that will kind of scare you half to death because you don't really see them sometimes until you actually run into them. They do build elaborate webs. Gorgeous. It's not really going to focus very well. Alright guys, last rehousing will be my larger Aphonopelma seemanni. I had mentioned that they like to dig, so I'm going to provide this one with a deep tub here full of substrate. Alright, let's see how it goes. Alright, here is her new enclosure. Let's see if we can do this peacefully. Okay. Come on. I I know. I got you plenty of substrate. Come on. I only did that because she was docile. I read her body language and she was docile. Otherwise, I would not have picked her up like that. But there you go. Now she's got plenty of room, plenty of substrate. I'm pretty sure that she's going to turn this whole entire enclosure upside down. And has a skull to hide in, if it so chooses. Alright. I think that's enough rehousings for now, unless I can think of any more. You never know with me. I'm always rehousing. Alright, let's see what else is up. Well, I'm afraid this is all we're going to get of Large Marge. My Theraphosis sturmey, the largest one in my collection. She just refuses to come out of her hide, but she was ready to eat because what I had to do was drop a worm through that that slit through there. And so she took it. But I was hoping she would come out so we could see how large she is ever since her molt. See, there's her molt. And so I was really, really hoping that she'd come out, but she will soon enough. She actually is really good about showing herself, so hopefully next time. Alright guys, I think that's it for now of my random stuff. And let's see. Since I was on vacation, instead of doing a video of just my slings, I'm going to just go ahead and wait and do all of them at the very beginning of October, I think. Unless I change my mind, you never know. Alright guys, thanks for watching.